What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Branded dude, new replay. We're going up against Blue Eyes post alliance inside. So let's see how we do. We open Aluber, Branded White, Mercuria, Droplet and Super Poly. Opponent opened Mag, Maiden, Wishes, Imperm and Sage with Eyes of Blue. So here I believe the Blue Eyes player, we are going first. So we normal summon Aluber, gets it with Imperm, so we set Super Poly and Droplet and we pass turn. Opponent draws into Veiler. Normal summon Sage, effectuate search another copy of Veiler, then links off into Spirit, which will get the field spell and give him an additional normal summon. He then activates Wishes, discarding one copy of Veiler to search for Majesty and another copy of Veiler. So two Veilers in his hand, activates the field spell, go Maiden effect to place True Light, and then he's going to go field spell effect, sending Blue Eyes, and then go Spirit to reborn the Blue Eyes, which will trigger Maiden to reborn itself. You know, the usual combo you guys always see. Here he's going to go Wishes to equip the ultimate, Neo ultimate to Blue Eyes, and then synchro off going to Spirit. Then enters battle phase, declares an attack. Now here for some reason I decide to go Super Poly. It's because I forgot True Light did not use its effect. So we're going to go Super Poly, send the Spirit and Aluber to go into characters. But then my opponent is just going to reborn Blue Eyes, attack, deal 500 damage. So yeah, honestly, this was so stupid. Sorry, I think this was like the first duel of the day. So I was literally just warming up. So opponent in main phase 2, normal summons Veiler, goes into the second copy of Spirit, sets the Majesty and passes turn. We draw into High Spirits. We attempt to go to end phase. Opponent goes True Light, reborn Mirror Jade. Not Mirror Jade, Blue Eyes, and then triggers Maiden to reborn itself. Draws into barrel, and then with this I simply scoop because yeah, he's gonna have access to his Primite engine, and honestly we don't have whatever it is we need to deal with that. So yeah, we just skip game number one. Yeah, we just did something stupid there, to be honest. So yeah, go to game number 2. We open Droplet, Rebellion, High Spirit, Thrust and Super Poly. Opponent open Forloss, Ash, Drillbeam, Mausoleum and Sage. So we don't use High Spirits early. First we have to get Serenia to our hand. Here opponent drops the Ash Blossom on Rebellion. So yeah, we go Thrust. Here we set D Barrier, set Super Poly and Droplet, and we pass turn. Opponent draws into Ultimate Slayer. So yeah, that was interesting. Starts off with the field spell, Sage effecture. Now with Sage I decide to go D Barrier, calling Synchro, and then with that we do chain the Droplet negating Sage. Opponent then goes field spell, sending the Blue Eyes, goes into Spirit. Spirit here, effect to reborn the Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Enters battle phase, deals 3k damage to our face, and then we'll set the Drill Beam and pass. We draw into Droplet, no play, so we set and pass. Opponent draws into the Maiden, which gives him some plays. He will normal summon Maiden, use the field spell where he will target Maiden, which will trigger Maiden because we have no response. So he reborns Sage, and then goes Maiden effect. Now here's the thing, he did forget to send the Blue Eyes, but I do let him know. So yeah, dumps the Blue Eyes, cool. Maiden set up the True Light to set Wishes, and then which he activates, sending Forloss, adds Majesty as well as Veiler to his hand. And then he then goes, did he use Sage? No, he didn't use Sage. Wishes to equip, and then here he will link off, go into Spirit, but on the summon I do decide to go Super Poly. We're going to use both these dragons, so we're going to go into Chaos Star Source, sending both these dragons, and then Chaos Star Source will pop the True Lights, and he sets Drill Beam. Boom. Which, did we know it was a Drill Beam? No. So we pop those. So the set card now, it happens to be a Majesty. In the end phase we just draw into different dimension ground. Enter battle phase, declare an attack, to which our opponent is going to chain Majesty, pop both our cards on our field. Totally fine, because now at least different dimension ground exists. The reason why I cited in different dimension grounds, because you know, we don't want Blue Eyes, they kind of rely on the graveyard a little bit. So you know, I decided, you know, just as a way to fully side out the Molchamis, you know, because we were going first, decided to put in that different dimension ground. You never know, it might come up. We pass turn, end phase, because of fusion went to grave, we're going to add High Spirits to hand, and we pass. Opponent draws into Ash Blossom, no plays whatsoever, so he will pass. Draw into Quem. Now here I decide to use High Spirits, which our opponent uses the Ash Blossom. Cool. Normal summon Quem. The thing is, I knew he had a Veiler, so I decided, you know what, don't keep it in your hand, discard it. Cool. Who knows how many Wishes he's also playing, so the less cards he has in his hand, if he has Wishes, he's going to have to, you know, discard a few, well, certain cards. But you know, whole point is we're trying to force out all the monsters, which are the hand trap. But you know, basically Blue Eyes, they need a spell cost as well. So we're trying to force it out. Cool, that's totally fine. Enter battle phase, deal 1/5, and we'll pass turn. Opponent draws into Purge, which he sets and passes. We draw into Branded White. Still no plays. Enter battle phase, deal another 1.5. Pass turn, opponent draws into Nibiru. So still no plays, and Law we're just doing this back and forth thing. We draw into Fusion Deployment, finally something which we activate. We will summon Cartesia, not Albaz. So we summon Cartesia. If we first enter battle phase, deal more damage this way. 3k damage. Main phase 2 we go Cartesia, where we will send Grand Gugno. Grand Gugno here we'll dump. We dump Albion. Go to end phase. We're gonna go Cartesia. Now here opponent did use Purge here, but he thought I was activating Albions, which is totally fine. The whole point is Purge will negate Albion. So we're going to use Cartesia just to add itself to hand, and then also High Spirits will also add itself to hand, and Albion unfortunately will be negated, but it's fine. We do have Grand Gugno and Different Dimension Ground. Pass turn, opponent draws into Ash Blossom, which is quite sad, but yeah, I don't know why he didn't set it. He really should have set, because we have Grand Gugno here just to hopefully he doesn't lose too much damage. Draw for turn, we draw into Thrust, we attempt to enter battle phase, and our opponent scoops. So yeah, seeing no plays whatsoever there unfortunately, so we take game number 2. Game number 3 now, we are going second, so we open Super Poly, Talents, sorry not Talents, 2 Thrust, 1 Brand Fusion, and Lightning Storm, pretty good. Opponent opens Barrel, Lowly Load, Gravity Collapse. Now this is interesting, I guess he decided to play this. Solemn Judgment and Ultimate Slayer, still Ultimate Slayer, I'm not sure why. Maybe this is one copy in his build, but I'm not sure why Ultimate Slayer is here. So normal summon Barrel effect, set the Lowly Load, which will activate to search for Primate Drillbeam, and here he will set 4. So he sets the Solemn, Primate, and Gravity Collapse, links off into the Spirits, which will add the Field Spell, and then he's going to activate the Field Spell next. That was a misclick. Activate Field Spell, dump the Blue Eyes, and then he will use Lowly Load to reborn the Blue Eyes from, wait a minute, from hand or deck. Okay, yeah, from deck. So Draw Beam is live, and then here he links off into Seals. Now here's the thing, I don't know why he went into Seals, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh yeah, sorry, he can use Draw Beam because he does have this Primate card in his hand, so it's totally fine, cool. Draw, passes turn, we draw into Droplet, which is amazing, absolutely amazing for us, because now we have a way to dodge Draw Beam. I'm telling you, Super Poly is what you need, guys. I mean, not Super Poly, Droplet. Droplet is what you need to dodge Draw Beam. So go to main phase. First thing we start off obviously with is Lightning Storm. Opponent here decides to use Draw Beam, okay, and not Judgment, which is totally fair. You know, he doesn't know we have Droplet, but luckily for us we have Droplet, so we send Lightning Storm as cost, to which our opponent unfortunately goes Judgment. Now the reason why he goes Judgment here is because he believed that if Judgment negates Judgment negating Droplet basically means that Lightning Storm isn't off the field, so Draw Beam will still negate Draw Beam. I mean, Draw Beam will still negate Lightning Storm, but I had to tell him that Droplet sends Lightning Storm as cost. So Draw Beam still already loses its target, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, you'll see there in the chat server talking about it. But yeah, Hoponese's back row is completely demolished, so we are good to go. So we hit him straight with Brand Fusion, which luckily doesn't get ashed. So we go into Albion. We don't use Albion effect because we don't have a dark monster, so we summon Bestial Rebellion. Before I use its effect, I decide, okay, we're going to enter battle phase, because obviously this will force Seals effect. But the whole point is, if I place, let's say, Lost or Regained, and then enter battle phase, declare an attack, Seals can just bounce Dispel or Trap, Dispel cards in our back row to hand, right? And I decide if we don't do that, he's going to be forced to bounce the Bestial Rebellion to hand. And I decide, you know what, I kind of do want to get the add of Bestial Rebellion, so that's why I decided to first enter battle phase. Cool, Seals effect, bounce Rebellion, which will trigger Seals when on res, and here he summons the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. And then here we're going to go main phase 2, Rebellion effect. Here we search for Magnemite, which we are going to use Mag. I think, yeah, first we use Thrust before Mag, search for talents. And now here's the thing, this was a misplay because I kind of forgot that my opponent did not activate a single thing in main phase, unfortunately. So this was a misplay, but I guess, you know, the card is in our hand for next turn. Go Mag, banish one of the Blue Eyes. Mag effect here, we'll get the search in end phase. We set Super Poly, Proceed to end phase. End phase, we set Branded Banishment, and we will add Serenia off mag. Pass for turn, opponent draws into True Light, activates Lowly Load. Now here's the thing, he forgot to use Barrel in the standby phase, so yeah, could have used it, just add extra card to his hand. Lowly Load, add Barrel, which he normal summons, and then no target, so he's going to use Primate Drillbeam to reset itself. And then here I believe so what happens is he enters battle phase, and then he's going to go Jet Dragon, Damage Step, effect to add itself to hand, which was weird. I don't know why you want to do this. Don't know why, but he does it. Attacks with Barrel for 1/6, cool. Sets the True Light, activates Lowly Load to reborn the Blue Eyes, and luckily for us here, we are going to hit him with Super Poly. So first mag, sorry my bad, Banishing Seals, mag effect here, and then add Albion Strider, because that way now when we go Super Poly, we'll discard Serenia, which will set up Retribution, but we are going to use Blue Eyes and Jet Dragon to go into Chaos. Chaos here will pop the Drillbeam and the newly set card, which will be followed by Chainlink to Serenia. And then we'll send Retribution, and then True Light will trigger to, sorry, was it True Light only triggers when it's a face up, right? If this face up card, never mind. So, but on destruction, Jet Dragon does trigger to reborn itself. Cool, totally fine, no worries. We go Retribution, add Brand of Fusion, and we'll draw for turn. We draw into Druiswurm, totally fine, but we are in a good position here. Albion, High Spirits just to get a draw into Super Poly. Summon Lubellion. Lubellion here is going to place Branded Lost. Brand of Fusion, then we send Quem because we just need a Despia name for Branded Banishment, so I decide to send Quem. Going to Albion, 1, lost 2, add Cortesia, and then we are going to banish Albaz and Albion to go into Merjade. On summon Merjade here is going to banish the Jet Dragon, sending Titanic Clad, then go Cortesia to summon itself, and then here we have enough on damage, so we enter battle phase, destroy, and then opponent scoops there because we have enough damage on game. And I don't know, sure, Blue Eyes player did open a bit bad, but I'm pretty sure where he had Jet Dragon, Barrel, he could have maybe done something else. I'm not sure, maybe not much, but he didn't have access to Maiden, which is an issue, so that True Light could be set face up onto his field. But that was the duel, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.